Good morning, sports fans. Every morning before the show. Good morning, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of the First Family of Vegas' daily free picks winner show. That's right, guys. The First Family of Vegas show is coming to you every weekday on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, joined by some of the world's best documented handicappers and biggest sports bettors. Brought to you by the best website in this business on the planet, your one-stop sports betting shop, SportsMemo. Guys, we're going to be releasing a ton of free pick winners and get you out of here on time to take advantage of those free pick winners. You're going to get some great betting insights. You're going to have a few laughs too. So join us each weekday so we can improve your bankroll. We got a great show. Let me go around the horn, guys. Dan, the professor, in a nice, is that a Detroit Lions sweatsuit? Just bought that. It's brand new. They didn't sell those before this year. And my good buddy, Sniper West. Dan, how are you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing good. Yeah, coming off $2 capper yesterday. Had a 5% play up that won. So that's always good coming off a 5% win. You know, you lose those and all of a sudden you go from a hero to a zero very quick. So, yeah, things are looking good.
That was an old Vanilla Ice slogan. Drop that zero and get with the hero. But nice to see you wearing Detroit Lions stuff. Guys, I love Dan, but I've never before, and I've been doing shows with him for 5 years, seen him in Detroit Lions stuff until they've had a winning year. I just want to throw that out there, Ken. All right, having said that.
Of course, you're not lying.
No pun intended.
They're a very good team. I expect good things from them again this season. It doesn't hurt that they play in a weak division either, you know. That I don't want to talk about the Bears and the rest of the division is good.
Well, they had 3 playoff teams.
Come on. All
They had three. The Vikings have won 14 games.
Yeah, and then what happened?
Well, mistakes were made.
There are money players and there are fun players. The Vikings are fun players, and I'll be honest with you, Bears fans, it's going to be another dismal season. I don't care who
So let me see. You got the Giants, Jets, or the Raiders? Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what you're referring to.
Well, I'm trying to figure out
my teams. Listen, I am always going to be a Yankee in baseball. Every other sport, there are certain teams I won't root for. No disrespect to Dion. I'll never root for anything from Chicago. I'll never root for Notre Dame, and I'll never, ever root for anything from the state of Massachusetts. As far as anything else goes, I like individual players and whoever I bet that day. I mean, I've got stuff in my showcase that are from a lot of different teams. I won't put a Red Sox thing up anywhere. My dream team basketball that's signed, Larry Bird faces the back. I just want to tell you that. So even my Bill Russell jersey, it's University of San Francisco. I won't put up anything from the state of Massachusetts, nothing from Chicago. I won't put up Notre Dame. Those are personal reasons. Having said all that, Sniper West, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. You know, I'm kind of like you, Joe. So as far as I put my fandom to the side when I became a professional sports handicapper. So in fact, the only team I root for in all of professional sports is the Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm from LA. But, you know, I used to be a Cowboy fan when I was a kid, back when they were good, because I'll tell you a story. They used to train. Their training camp was in Thousand Oaks, California, which is where I grew up. I went to Thousand Oaks High School. And I was the water for Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and Michael Irvin and those Dallas Cowboys for a season when I was about 11 years old, which was super, super cool. But, you know, then they started being terrible, and I kind of gave up on them. Here's the deal. You're allowed to give up on a team and switch to another team one time in your life. You get one mulligan, okay? You can't do it again. But here's the deal. I got rid of my team. I just never picked up another one. So I'm in permanent NFL purgatory, you know. But I root for the Dodgers. I'll put them out as premium plays sometimes, but I will put out, you know, I will go against the Dodgers if it's a good enough line. Yeah. But typically I just stick with Dodger totals. But, you know, any other team in professional sports is fair game with me.
I will tell you this, Dan, I grew up a Jets fan, and I don't have a problem with the Jets, but every year I go to the DAC, the Downtown Athletic Club. This is before the draft became the friggin' the smoke and mirrors show it is now. And every year they would, like, if we needed a quarterback, they get like a punter. Right? If we needed defensive linemen, they go, oh, good, we got a second string running back. I was living in Vegas, early 90s. I flew into New York to go watch the draft. We need everybody. They got a kicker. I swear to God. I said, that's it. I'm done. I said, let me go. Let me root for the Cowboys. They're horrible. They're 1-15. I love Troy Aikman. I thought he was a lot better than Rodney Peete coming out USC, UCLA, the two best quarterbacks. And then I liked the head coach. I liked him down in Miami. I liked all the situations. Then they got Emmett, who I loved, and I got to know Emmett very well. Just to let you know, I've got a lot of balls signed here by the big three and everybody else on the team as well. We hung out quite a few times with Jay Novacek, Leon Lett. Novacek is a great guy. But I got to know Charles Haley's a personal friend. I can say that now. I've got a lot of stuff by the Cowboys, but rooted for them because they were a crappy team, and I just couldn't take it anymore. But I will tell you this. When Barry Switzer came in, I know that they won, and I didn't like Barry Switzer. I never thought he was a genius when he was in Oklahoma. I never thought he was a genius anywhere. I don't like a lot of things he said. I don't like things how he was condescending towards women. He was the one that said in college, he said, women's sports, he says it wasn't for our football team, they wouldn't be funded. Should have shut his mouth. It's very condescending because he's got a mom, probably a sister, a wife. I don't know. I don't know which way he swings, or a daughter. I have to tell you that, but I will tell you, I thought it was condescending. I didn't like the way his coaching style. I thought, that Cowboys team was one of the best ever, bar none. I root for the team I bet that day, which is kind of funny because I can bet a team this week or today in baseball and bet against them tomorrow. It's about situations. Understand this, guys. I am a Yankee fan. I know they haven't won anything in a long time, but anytime you bet the Yankees, even if they win 100 games this year, I don't think they'll win. I think they'll win 90, 92, 93. But I will tell you this. You bet them, and even if they go, let's say 92 and whatever, 72, 92 and 70, you're going to lose money. Same thing with Wes and the Dodgers. And I was going to approach this in a little bit about betting these big numbers because I'm seeing big numbers already. But let's get into that in a second. Rye Cape, who's going to be on this show, has got two questions. A, what is Dan dressed up for? Maybe he's got a date, Rye. You never know with Dan. And he says, we'll approach it in a minute, Wes. Dodgers are coming to the bank, and they're going to get some losses. So we'll have said that. Let's start this show like I start every show. Good morning, honey.
Good morning.
We happened to have a nice night last night. We hung out with Wes. We went to the where were we? Grand Garden Arena. We did not do well in the first game with Cincinnati. Villanova did win. They came back to win. We left at halftime because I was tired, guys. Where we may go with Wes tonight. He may join us at Vamped, my friend's club. It's a rock club owned by Counting Cars from TV, Danny Coker. Great rock club. We may go see Jackal. I don't know. Depends on how old my bones are feeling this afternoon. I'm going to leave. I'm going to go spend some time at the senior center. And 175 people, all between 85 and 95. We have a few that are going to. We have a birthday this month, 101. Yep. She's the sweetest lady, Bernie. Hi, Bernie. She probably watches. But they wear my ass out. Having said all that, the First Family Show is on its own YouTube channel. Subscribe now, like it, ring that bell, guys, so you don't miss a single show. You won't miss any of our free picks, any of our betting insights, or our laughs. Last night, I had a good time with Wes. It was nice hanging out. Nice. It was cool. Night. He did go out afterwards. He went to go see, if you don't mind me, may I tell them where you went later, Wes?
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, well, I can touch on it, too. I was actually going to tell you about it. So it was super. I went to the House of Blues in Mandalay Bay. My first time being there. Yeah, fantastic venue. Sound was great. I saw a rapper named Harry Mack. So, regarding rap and hip hop, it kind of gets a bad rap sometimes. No pun intended. A lot of rap is, they talk about derogatory things, guns, things of that nature. Harry Mack is a really cool dude. First of all, he's a white boy, kind of like Eminem. But he raps about positive stuff, about achieving your potential, being a better father, better husband. So on and so forth.
How is he as a rapper, Wes? As a rapper, good.
Unbelievable. He's probably better than Eminem, in my opinion. This guy is crazy, wow. and he takes random topics from the audience. The whole show is about him freestyling. So every single show is different. Every time you go see him. Number one, I felt like I left a Tony Robbins seminar when I left. I'm telling you, the guy's just all about positivity. And they brought out a drum set for those of you that don't know. I'm a former professional drummer. I toured. Did it for 15 years, went to MIT, graduated 2002, studied percussion. So I've been around the block. They brought out a drum set. This guy, if I'm going to rate a drummer, like F is they've never played drums before. A is like Neil Peart. Buddy Rich, Danny Carey. This guy was a solid
Buddy Rich and Neil Peart up there. I love that you put Buddy Rich in there right away.
Yeah.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I was the jazz band drummer in high school, so I'm all about jazz. When I went to school, I had to study jazz, Latin, rock, all that stuff. So I'm very educated on as far as percussion goes. But this guy was a solid, maybe A-B+ of a drummer. I couldn't believe how good he was. It was very impressive. So yeah, I had a fantastic night. I will say, and I didn't even drink, to be honest with you. I wanted to be able to remember everything, and plus I was driving too. But I was not very responsible with the diet because I did go hit In-N-Out Burger afterwards. And it reminded me of California. You know, I had to get some California back in my butt. It's crazy. They got In-N-Out Burgers all over the city now.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
they are
Actually, I would tell you what. I've been here 35 years. I'll tell you this. There's an In-N-Out Burger by 215 and 15 and Trop.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you, if I wanted to own any business, and I own, 9 businesses in town?
It would be that one.
9 businesses in town. I will tell you, if you gave me, say, hey, Joe, I'll give you the Bellagio, or I'll give you that In-N-Out Burger, I'll take the In-N-Out Burger. No. It's the busiest, one of the busiest, outside of probably Herbs and Rye, probably the single busiest eatery in town, bar none. And you go there any hour of the night. It's a nice place.
Did you hear they're putting a new one in? I don't know where it is. I think it's on the Strip. They're putting a new one in. It's going to be the world's largest In-N-Out. And it's going to be 3 stories.
Yes, I did read that. Friend of mine covers a lot of stuff for the Las Vegas Review Journal, put something in his column like a month or two ago about that. It's exciting. I do want to ask, without putting you on the spot. All right. My opinion, some of the greatest rappers of all time are not rapping today at all. They were guys that started in the late 70s, early 80s. All right. Curtis Blow, Big Daddy Kane, they were rappers. Kool Moe Dee was a rapper. Run DMC, don't ever think that they're not the godfathers of rap. Are your favorite rappers rapping today or back in the day?
Oh, definitely not. I'm a Pac guy. I love Pac. I love Biggie too. But yeah, when it comes down to it, I love Pac. Pac, very much like Harry Mack, he rapped about real, stuff.
Have you ever met Tupac? Been in his company?
I maybe in the afterlife. I have. No, I
have a couple times, and I'm going to tell you, as an entertainer and as a lyricist, I think that he was great. I was in his company a few times at events here in town. It's like, I'll tell you what, I had a favorite pitcher of all time, still my favorite pitcher. I went to go see them on the road in another city, saw him with another woman that wasn't his wife leaving the lobby, and it blew my mind. I was about 10 or 11 years old. It took my entire, how I felt about this pitcher. It just pegged him down. Pegged Tupac down when I was in. It wasn't just once or twice. It's like Bono. I've been in Bono's company like 7 or 8 times since the late 80s. Never once was he sober. Never once was he not abusive. Never once was he not condescending, even up until 6 or 7 years ago. So he's just full of crap. I can't stand Bono. And actually, he's like 1.5% of his charities actually go to the charity. So it blows my mind. But all my favorite rappers are from back in the day. I think Eminem is very, very talented. I do think he's talented. There's a couple other guys around today that I do think are talented. There's guys today that I think are absolute garbage. But that goes with the territory all through the years. Having said all that, couple quickies, guys. The CBC is a nice tournament.
Yes.
And you know what? There wasn't the biggest crowd the other day. There was a crowd, not huge, but it was nice to see Villanova, Cincinnati. Cincinnati was a great team a few years ago. Villanova, not that long ago, they won a couple national titles. Granted, you're not going to get the Houstons, the Auburns, the Dukes, so to speak, but it was fun to see it.
It was a nice night out.
Big difference between the first game and the second game in talent, though. Big difference.
Oh, absolutely.
No, big difference. It was like watching a high school game and then going and watching a pro game. But having said that, I do want to touch base on something, guys. NBA, NHL, just a few weeks away. I stay away this time of year. It's like the last few weeks of the NFL regular season. If I'm going to play some, it's only because a team needs to better their situation or needs to get in or needs to maybe – I look at also maybe do they want to avoid playing a certain matchup in the postseason? I'm saying they're going to throw the game. No, by no means. But I think maybe they're not going to try as hard. Maybe they don't put in their starters. I stay away from the last week or so. I will tell you this. Looking at the baseball lines already, Cubs $1.70. Atlanta $2.50 roughly. Detroit $2.50. Guys, 165 even on the Yankees. I understand that most of these teams should win in these matchups. But if you lose 250 favorite, you now need to win 3 games in a row to get your money and be back in the plus column. Be careful. Tread lightly with these big favorites. As a rule, I don't go above minus $1.40. If I'm putting up a game and it's $1.38, I'm putting up on websites and I put up on the site and then I go to another site, it's $1.42, $1.44, $1.45, $1.47. I'm like, fudge. I got to put it up because all my numbers have to match. So having said that, guys, I got to tell you, stay away from laying this wood, especially this early on the season, because it gets really pricey. Those are like these people say, well, let me play the NFL and college football. Let me play his favorite on the money line. It's only $1.50, $1.65. Yeah, but you lose a couple of those. They start to add up over the course of the season. Be careful. Listen, you got to be more picky when you're picking your favorites here than when you're picking a wife, because picking favorites throughout the course of the season can be more costly than a divorce. That's all I'm saying. All right, Dion's got a couple of discounts she wants to tell everybody about. We're going to get into free plays in time for you to take advantage of these free plays. Dion, what you got for everybody?
Yeah, so we do have a discount going on right now for all of the guests that are on the First Family Show. You can get 7 days all sports from any of the cappers that have been on all week. All you have to do is use code DAY7 upon checkout. You get a full week for $49, and you can use that as many times as you want for as many of your favorite cappers that are on the First Family Show all week long. We also do have Meet the New Cappers. You can get VCP, Abby, CBI, Sean, or Tom for just $34.99 for the week. That comes out to less than just $5 a day. All you have to do is go on to SportsMemo, pick your favorite capper that has just started at SportsMemo, and pick up that deal. $34.99 for the whole week. And like I said, that one is good for as many cappers as you would like. And we also do have a special that Joey has right now going on. He is the
number one college basketball capper, top overall capper. Guys, every season in baseball, I'm among the highest on the website in percentage. All right, I'm not a volume guy. I'm not going to put out games every single day. If I'm betting, you're betting. If I'm not betting, I'll never ask you to bet. But I will tell you this, every season in percentage, I'm right there, if not there. All right. The great folks over at SportsMemo are allowing me to do something very special. I'm running real hot right now in everything. But we want to give you every advantage we can. So they came to me and said, hey, how about a discount for baseball? What do you want to charge? I said, I want to charge nice and low. $3.99. Go over to the website after the show. It's going to be up in like 30, 40 minutes. Go over to the website, $3.99. You get every single one of my baseball releases from today straight through the World Series. Okay, every game, every big game, every 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, and every 5% play I release for $3.99. And as a bonus, they're throwing in, obviously, the Final Four and the NCAA tournament game and all of my NBA straight through the NBA Finals in June. You can't beat this with a bat. This will pay for itself whether you bet $10 a game or $10,000 within a few days or a few weeks. And then you've got me through October, guys. You can't beat this. I'm going to tell you now, this is such a good deal. I might go buy it myself, all right? That's all I'm saying. Go to the website. It's going to be available for you in a little bit. Having said that, we got some free plays, don't we?
We do.
We got some. You look nice today.
Well, thank you.
You look very cute. I get to say that without getting hit with a sexual harassment suit because, hey, we're married. Plus, to be honest with you, she knows where all the money is and where all the bodies are buried.
That's right.
That's true, actually. All right, you do look cute today.
Well, thank you.
I love my wife, guys. What can I say? We drive each other crazy, but
Wait. You drive me crazy. I don't drive you crazy.
you're driving me crazy. What more can I say? Anyway, Sinatra. Anyway, we've got some free plays. I want to talk about my good buddy, Dan Kaiser. Dan, if I'm not mistaken, you come off a very good night again last night, correct?
Yeah, I just had one play but it was a 5% play in the NHL that cash. So yeah,
You've been killing it in the NHL, but Dan is no stranger to killing it, not just in the NHL, but in all sports he contributes to. I talk about Dan every time he's on the show, and sometimes when he's not, because I love Dan. But, talking about him anymore doesn't make him any less of a great capper. All right, guys? Dan Kaiser is somebody who puts his money where his mouth is. He bets every game he puts out. I respect that about him. So on winning days, he's twice as happy. On losing days, he's twice as pissed off. But for Dan Kaiser and anybody that follows him, those losing days are a lot fewer and far between. He's been doing this for decades, and he's been winning for you for decades. So he's going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what you can expect from him on the premium side at SportsMemo. He's got a free play winner. Dan Kaiser, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. Yeah, like I said, nice winner yesterday for everybody. It was a $2 play, so if you got in, great. My free play. I'm looking at a player prop here for the Houston Duke game on Saturday. I'm taking Cooper Flag over. Some books will have it over 32.5. Some books will have 33 plus. It's basically the same bet. You just have to look for the juice there. Point over 32.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Flag has flirted with a triple-double a few times this season. He has not been able to get one yet. Since the NCAA started tracking assists in 1984, only 9 players have recorded a triple-double in the NCAA tournament, none of which have occurred later than the Elite Eight. The way this season's going for Flag, this just seems like the right time for him to get a triple-double in this game on this stage. But I'm just going to play the points, rebounds, and assist prop in case he falls short in the rebounds or assist categories. I'd hate to lose an easy bet because he missed a rebound or an assist. So yeah, play with over 32.5 total points, rebounds, and assists.
Dan Kaiser, the professor, says Cooper Flag over 33 total points, rebounds, assists. Follow that play. You'll be following him to the bank. More importantly, follow Dan. You're going to see all of his winning information when you go to his page. He does have his buzz link, sm.buzz/DK. But Dan, what do you got posted for the premium side?
Yeah, I'll have a 3-pack of early baseball that you'll still be able to get in on. And then I've got 1 or 2 plays for the night. I'm taking the night off in hockey. It's a small card, and I really don't like anything. And I don't play basketball in the last 2-3 weeks of the season until the playoffs.
Great stuff from our buddy Dan Kaiser. You got to love him. Dan's going to stick around. You have any questions or comments for Dan, please chime into the questions area. I'll try to get to all of them by the end of the show. Dan's doing great work, guys. He had another 5% winner last night. He's doing some great work at SportsMemo. Don't believe me? Go check out his numbers because numbers don't lie. He's going to stick around. I do have a couple of things here. Jesse's here, and he's got something to say about Dan's wardrobe, but Jesse's not here. LOL. But Jesse's not here, so we can talk about him a lot. Guys, don't ever make a bet with Jesse because he will never come through if he loses. I just wanted to say, Jesse, I love you. We missed you this week on the show. I know you were busy. I know you had to do some traveling. Thoughts and prayers with everybody in your neck of the woods. Couple of quickies here. I want to say Joey B. Joey B is a fan favorite here. Is this the same Joey B that watches me on my Thursday show over with Frank Nicotero? Because that's a Joey B that chimes in every day there and says some nice things as well. Joe, is you the same Joey B? Let me know. But we want to welcome you. We want to welcome Anthony. We want to welcome Joel, who's new to us.
Nice about Dan's lines.
He says he's all business. He loves it. He loves it. VIP. I did want to say
jacket is VIP material.
Our good buddy Anthony says he likes the Phillies on the money line today. Let me see. I could see that. I could see it. Dodgers been running hot and about. Joey B from Punchlines. That's Joey B. I love you, Joe. I will fudge, man. I'm so happy you're here. I almost said the other F word, which is okay. We're happy you're here. Did want to say that our buddy Rye Cape, Tom Macarena, who is a SportsMemo featured capper, is going to come on this. I think my head is crooked. Is going to come on this show very soon. We're going to get you. Going to get you, guys. You know what Tom knows, though? He knows what Wes and Dan and Jesse and all the other great cappers that contribute to the show.
You're in for life.
This is like the mob. Once you're on the First Family Show, there's only one way out. So he's a little apprehensive. Once he comes on, he says, that Joe D'Amico's a pain in the ass. I can't deal with him every day.
Once they get out, Joe pulls them back in.
Good. Yeah. Yes. Right. That's a good one. Every time I say, I was supposed to retire a few years ago, and they said, no. Just Joe a little bit. And I said that. I put that on my Facebook page. Every time I try to get out, they pull me back in. I love you, Wes. This is Joey B, and this is where he found out about it. Said he watched the Punchline Show from this. Unfortunately, guys, for me and Frank Nicotero, no longer going to be doing the Punchline Show out of the South Point, but stay tuned. There might be some more fun stuff. Not on a website where we sell plays, so we can talk about it. I would never do that. Jesse says Steph Curry over 24.5 points was pretty good last night. Good stuff for Jesse. He loves to promote himself, don't he?
Yes, he does.
What we want to do, Dan, me and you particularly, Jesse a long time. I know him a while. where did he get his hairpiece, that toupee he's got? It's a nice looking toupee. One day he came on after a little bit of red wine. He had it on backwards before. I said, Jesse, he put it just on and he fixed it. We love you, Jesse. He's a good sport and a great capper. He'll be back on the show next week. Love all the guys that are chiming in. Let's get into some free plays, all right?
Absolutely.
Dan gave you a free play. We're going to go to the First Lady of Vegas. Your free plays are doing well.
Yes, they are. They're kicking ass.
They're kicking ass and taking names, but I got to tell you, Dion's numbers all around. I know she hit a snag a couple days in a row.
Yeah.
But just on some small individual plays. There weren't big plays.
Yeah, they were just small plays. Yesterday, we did have a small play go down with Cincy, which was,
And we were in attendance. Maybe that's because we were in attendance.
Yeah, I think being in attendance to games is kind of like us.
Unless we've been against the team we're wearing the jersey for.
Kind of like us going to a concert, and then as soon as we see someone, they pass away. So, maybe that's like our kryptonite. We need to stay away from going to the games.
By the way, I just want you to, Jesse chimed in again. He says he's in a stripper bar in Cambodia right now. Jesse, wherever you are, that's fine. We know you like to watch the guys take their clothes off. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Have a drink on me. I love you, Jesse. He's a good sport. We love that. And by the way, if a guy doesn't want to watch guys take their clothes, that's all more power to you. I ain't got no problem with it. All right. I should tell them about Lenny. Lenny? Guys, real quick, this is a great story. So we worked with this guy in many years in the sales rooms. He's a decent salesman, not the brightest guy. He's probably not watching the show because he don't get up before 2 p.m. anyway. Not the brightest guy. It takes him about an hour and a half to watch 60 minutes. We worked in this room by the airport. Now, we used to get an hour and a half for lunch on Saturdays. Got to tell you this real quick, on Saturdays. All right? He left. He came back hammered. This is 30 years ago. There was no place to drink outside of Pistol Pete's Pizza, which was a kid's place, which you can't go to a kid's place without a kid. All right, then that's just a little icky. Let's talk about that.
It's a little weird.
He came back drunk. We said, Lenny, where'd you go? I was at that place over there by the airport. He didn't know he was in an all-male place by the airport. He said, I wondered why there were no girls in there. So having said that, guys, whatever your cup of tea is, more power to you. I got no problem with that. Having said that, Dion, I had to tell that story because every time Jesse's in a strip club, another day in the office. You got to love Jesse, all right? Have fun, Jesse. Just be careful. Dion is doing great work overall. I know you hit a snag with a couple of small plays the last few days, but the integrity Dion has, but her numbers don't lie. Every year, every season, every sport, she's among the leaders in wins and percentage, that's for sure. Okay? Dion's going to tell you what she's been doing. She's going to tell you what you can expect from her on the premium side, and she's got a free play winner for you. Dion, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Yeah. Today, I do have one big winner for everybody today on the diamond in my MLB home run play. It's posted over at SportsMemo right now for just $15. So go ahead and head on over there and pick up that big winner because we are going to get back on track starting today. And today for my free winner, we're going to stick with the diamond today because those plays on the free plays on the show have been killing it. So I'm going to keep this one nice and short, just like Joey. Sorry, baby.
I love you. Fudge.
Whatever. So here's my free play for today. I know in recent seasons, the Rangers have had their way with the Rays, but so far this season, despite a 5-2 record, Texas is struggling at the plate. They're only accounting for 2.57 runs per game. So far, they have faced the Red Sox and the Reds, who are combined 5-9. Tampa Bay, they entered this matchup 4-2 overall and come off their first loss following a 3-game win streak. They are playing some good baseball, they're averaging over 4.17 runs per game, while their pitching staff is currently ranking third in the majors with a team ERA of 2.00. Rangers right-hander got shelled in his first start, while Rays right-hander, despite a loss, looks good in his only outing this season. So I like the Rays in this one.
The first lady of Las Vegas says, take the Rays. It's a winner. You will be too if you follow her on that free play. But more importantly, Dion, once again, what do you got on the premium side for everybody tonight? SportsMemo.
Yeah, so I've isolated.
SportsMemo.
I've isolated one big winner today in MLB today with my MLB home run play. It's posted right now for $15.
Guys, go follow Dan. You see her buzz link, sm.buzz/Dan. We have a lot of fun. And let me tell you, you don't last 25 years with a person like her and without having a lot of fun.
God.
Watch me. See, I'm a better husband. Guys, but go follow her after the show. You're going to follow her to the bank. Talking about banks, my good buddy, Sniper Wes, man. We had a good time with Wes last night. And I got to tell you, man, he's not just a great capper. he's a really sweet guy. I mean that in the truest sense of the word. We enjoyed our time with him. He is very pleasant. He is very outgoing. He is very nice. Unlike other cappers that come to town and we go out, we were not like thrown out of some place. It was nice that's a change. We've had cappers and people come to town and people in the business come to town, and we will never go out with them again. Wes is not one of those people. He's a gentleman. He is as nice as he is a good capper, and he's a great capper. And I'm going to tell you now, those of you who follow me on Twitter at Joe D'Amico Wins, we put up a picture of Dion, myself, and Wes last night. You're going to see a lot more pictures because Wes is going to be a main staple with us now. In a couple of weeks, when the weather turns, he's going to be coming over, sitting by the pool. Wes, I don't want to throw you under the bus, but I have a kegerator. Dion got me a kegerator. Keeps my beer 32 degrees in the backyard. And it's 120 out. Wes, I'm telling you now, grass-fed Wagyu ribeye steaks on the grill, organic corn, some nice russet potatoes, and cold beer all day. And then when the sun starts going down, I break out the Johnny Blue, man. And we sit with the fire pit on and we hang out. I got the misting system, the sound system, 4 grills, 5 sitting areas. I got the nicest pool you'll ever see. You're going to be here. We're going to have a good time. I would invite Dan, but he lives up in Canada. He'll never make it down here. I love you, Dan. There's my buddy Thor.
Canada anymore.
We're going to go to my buddy. The guys, I know I do a lot of fluff, but you know what? I can't hold back. This is who Joe D'Amico is. If I was full of shit, man, you would see right through me. All right, this is who I am. And so we are very personal. We are very cordial. We like to have a good time. But bottom line on this show, you're going to get a few laughs. You're going to get great betting insights and from experienced bettors. Dan, Wes, Dion, and myself, we've taken bad beats. We know what it's like. So when we give you advice, it's not because we read it somewhere or it sounds good, because we've been through that crap. All right, but you're going to get some good betting insights, and you get a lot of free pick winners. Speaking of free pick winners, Wes is doing some great work at SportsMemo. He's doing really good work. He's going to tell you what he's been doing, tell you what you can expect from him on the premium side. He's got a free pick winner for you. Take it away, Sniper.
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you for inviting me out. That was super cool. I'm glad you got the tickets, and it's kind of nice to be in a stadium where there's nobody there, because we got to walk all the way down and pretty much sit on the floor, which was super nice. And then the USC band showed up, and we were in their section, so we had to move. So we moved over, and then Joe came down, and he didn't know where we went. That was funny. So we went to the other side. We sat behind Villanova for the second game, and super cool experience. I'll tell you what, basketball, it is so much different for all sports, for that matter. It's so much different watching it in person and watching, how the game develops as opposed to on TV. Fantastic night. I had a great time. Thank you so much. As it relates to sports here, I do have a 3-pack over at the website. I have a NHL and MLB and an NBA play. I went 2-1 last night. The only sport that lost was my NBA play, but my NBA has been running pretty hot. As I said, yesterday as well. I am currently 77-58 for 57%. For plus over 5,000 on the NBA season. You were talking, Joe, about, staying away from the NBA the last, maybe 10 games or 5 games. I do somewhat agree with you, especially with injury news that we talked about yesterday. But I also think sometimes you can, on the flip side, you can find situations that for the reasons that you want to stay away, there's reasons that you want to play on a game because you just know that one team is completely tanking. They're not going to show up. And another team, maybe they want to gain a seed in the playoff chase. So there are certain situations that I really do like, but I hear you, not wanting to, kind of generally wanting to stay away. You just really have to pick your spots this time of the year in the NBA is my point. As it relates to a free play, I have some baseball pin for you today. I'm going to go to Southern California, my old home. And I'm going to take the Angels here over the Guardians. Okay. So they're a little bit of a dog. Well, they were plus 100 last night. They're moving actually at DraftKings right now. They're minus 105, but some pretty good odds there. So you get Gavin Williams and Jose Soriano here. Gavin Williams, he had a great outing versus the Royals. His first start, he went 5 innings. He only gave up 2 runs. Soriano, he pitched great his first outing. He went 7 innings. And for a starter to go 7 innings in their first start in Major League Baseball, I mean, starters rarely go 7 innings after the All-Star break these days. He went 7 innings and he pitched shutout ball. Granted, it was against the White Sox, and the White Sox are not a great offense. I get that, but still, very good start for him. The Angels are expecting big things from Jose Soriano this year, and I am too, to be honest with you. And keep this in mind too. The Guardians beat the Angels the last 5 times they played last season. I do understand that's last season. I do understand both, ball clubs have different players, they're different teams. But believe me, Ron Washington, the Angels manager, he remembers that. He remembers just constantly getting beat last year by these Guardians. So he's going to have his troops rallied, so to speak. And I think the Angels are going to do well here. Keep in mind, the Angels are 4-2. I don't think they've been 4-2 for like a decade. The Angels, they've been terrible forever. So if they can get to 5-2, and I'm not saying they're going to make the playoffs, but if they can get to 5-2, you at least have some momentum early in the year. So I think they are going to be motivated. I think Jose Soriano pitches well. And I'm going to take the Angels here at a very nice price versus the Cleveland Guardians this evening.
Great stuff from Sniper West, who says he knows SoCal well. He knows that you should take the Angels tonight. Follow him there. You're going to be following him to the bank. More importantly, once again, Wes, can you tell everybody what you got on the premium side that they can make big money with tonight at SportsMemo?
Well, I will tell you what. Well, tomorrow we have UFC, right? UFC is always the star of my show. 70% on the year, plus 6,000 on the season. I will have my card out at about 5 Eastern today. I'm eyeing minimum 3 fights. There might be 4. There might be 5. I'm going to finalize that later today. But, you were also talking about, juice and laying juice and not wanting to go over minus 120, minus 130, minus 140 sometimes, which I'm 100% behind in every single sport except UFC. The UFC, and just take it from a guy who's been crushing UFC for the past 16 months, sometimes you got to lay wood in the UFC. I'll go up to maybe minus 200 in the UFC if I feel really good about a fight. On the flip side, I'm the first guy in line at the counter to take a plus 200 dog. You have to take big dogs, and you have to take big favorites. UFC, Joe, it's a crazy sport. It's the only sport you're going to see 70, 80, 90 cent line moves. You'll see a fighter open minus 200 and close at a pick'em. You'll see a fighter open plus 200 and close at a pick'em. So these odds makers, they know what they're doing, but not so much when it comes to UFC. It's a lot of public action will dictate what happens with the line. And you just got to kind of pick your spots and know what you're doing there. It's a little scary sometimes, but you can find optimal situations. And so my card will be out at 5 Eastern. Crushing it. I'd highly advise you tail. By the way, I'm going to put it out for $49. I put it out for $100 last week, and there were buyers, believe me. But I'm going to put it out for $49 at 5 o'clock Eastern today. My UFC. Jump up board. We'll make some money.
Great stuff from Sniper West. Go after this show and go follow Sniper West. Follow him for his all the other sports, but when it comes to UFC, guys, he's like EF Hutton when he talks people. Listen, by the way, West, 2 things. Number 1, text me a couple of plays you like, a couple of things you like for UFC. I'll put a nickel on each. It wins, dinner's on me. It loses, dinner's on you. Not a problem. Also, as far as this, what you mentioned about NBA, I agree with you. I'd like to stay away unless something really does catch my eye. And there's a situation somebody can better themselves. Just as a rule of thumb, the last couple of weeks of NFL is like the last 5 or 6 games in NBA, even in NHL. Unless there is a situation where I'm not saying all of it, but I try to, I'll look at it. Something's got to catch my eye right away. Having said all that, guys, we have a couple of questions that we're going to approach after I give my free play out during the Round the Horn questions and comments segment from Joey B and Pete. Got a couple of questions. Got one for Dan, a comment for Dan, and something from me and Wes from Joey B. But we're going to get to those guys. We're not going to leave you flat. Having said that, guys, adjust the volumes, man. I'm going to tell you now, I am very, very excited. My free plays, I've been pooping the bed here after killing it, going like 80%. For the first week and a half, the last few days, my free plays have pooped the bed, but that's okay because I did pass yesterday on premium releases. Remember, I'm not a volume guy. If I'm not betting, I'll never ask you to put a friggin' bet in. That's not me. I'm in the trenches with you. I'm not a general going, go get him, guys, charge, in the back sipping tea. I'm in the trenches. I'm a sergeant, blood, guts, mud, fighting, sweat. Win, I'm twice as happy. Lose, I'm twice as pissed. Good thing that I'm a lot happier than I am pissed because I have a lot more winners than losers. I want to tell you, I got a big discount going on right now. First of all, the number 1 college basketball capper the last 30 days and even going back further. Overall, a top capper the last 30 days and going back further. Today, I have my first game of the week in baseball in my interleague game of the week. I posted it for just $15 right now with SportsMemo. And the number 1 college basketball capper alive has both Final Four big game winners available right now at SportsMemo. They are money. I'm telling you right now. I have them each up individual, and then I put a 2-pack up so you could save money too. Guys, I want to give you every advantage you can. While you're following me, I'm going to make you money, but I'm also going to save you money. So now it's like, you know what that's like?
What's that?
That's like a 14-point swing as you got a team that you got the defense and the other team's on the 5-yard line. They're about to go in. You intercept and go back and run it back 95 yards for a touchdown. That's a 14-point swing. I want to make you money while I'm saving you money, which is twice as good. Guys, go and follow me. I want you to know that. I want to talk about a free play tonight that I am very excited about. I'll be honest with you, man. Talking about SoCal, man. My friends, making the undefeated San Diego Padres this much of an underdog only because Imanaga is getting the nod at home, I feel is a mistake. Yes, this is the first true home game for the Cubs this season with the respectable 44-37 mark at Wrigley a season ago. And yes, they come off a 3-game sweep on the road at the Athletics. I still want to say the Oakland A's, guys, at the Athletics. And one more, yes, they're averaging over 6.67 runs per game. Don't forget, though, the Padres were the best road team in the NL a season ago, 48-33 as a visitor. This is a team that's also scoring. They're averaging over 5.14 RPG. I am aware of how good Imanaga is, but he eventually has to come out and be relieved by the Chicago bullpen. Overall, their pitching staff currently ranks 26th and team ERA of 5.13. Randy Vasquez takes the mound on the road here. He's looking to follow up his 6th-inning shutout of Atlanta on the 29th of March. If he gets in any trouble, guys, he's got a good supporting cast. He'll be relieved by the best pitching staff in baseball, possessing an overall ERA and anemic 1.57. San Diego has taken 6 of the last 9 meetings in this series, which does include 2 of the last 3 played in Chicago. I just think this is a big value play. Taking an undefeated team with a better pitching staff as a big dog gives up a big edge. Plus 150, guys, I'm all over this. Trust me right now. After this show, I'm going to bet it again. All right, this almost made it as a premium play, but the game I put up as a premium play, I really do like. I mean, it's very, very strong play. So follow me. I got that discount. $3.99. You get all of my baseball through the World Series. And we're going to throw an NBA through the finals.
Absolutely.
And my last few college basketball games, number 1 capper over at SportsMemo College Basketball. Let me get that off. Let me put this on. Let me roll that one. We've got a couple of comments that we've got. First of all, hey, Andrew Madison, welcome, buddy. Hi, Andrew. Nice to see you, buddy. Well, welcome. We're going to put welcome in the thingies. I am the worst typist in the world. One day I'll tell you how I sent. Remember when I sent our babysitter that message?
Let's not go back into that.
We got a couple of these questions. First of all, hey, Dan, Pete wants to know, he likes Flaherty over 6.5 strikeouts today. What do you think about that?
To be honest, I have no thoughts. I haven't really looked at it.
Okay.
Well, I don't do a lot of strikeout props.
Okay.
To be honest.
How about Wes? Wes, did you look at that at all? Do you think Flaherty's good for better than 6.5 Ks?
Well, they're playing the Chicago White Sox, and anytime you play the Chicago White Sox, it's probably not a bad idea to back the pitcher. That being said, as I look at Flaherty's stats right now, looks like he has 1 start. Oh, he pitched against my Dodgers at Chavez Ravine when the Tigers went to LA. He went 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 walks, 2 earned runs. So yeah, he had a pretty good outing last time, and I don't see why he would not show up here tonight and want to get a. Did he win? Yeah, no, they lost that game because the Dodgers beat everybody, by the way. But I'd probably back Flaherty in that situation. And he'll probably want to go further than 5 innings as well because he pitched 5.2 against the Dodgers, which is actually pretty impressive. So, yeah, I'd probably get behind Flaherty tonight.
All right, Wes, I got a question for you and me. You could chime in first. They want to know how we keep our white hats so white.
Yeah, I think it's my light here. Believe me, there's probably a little bit of dust here. I'm going to up my hat. I'm going to up my hat game. I got called out by Higgs, too. I keep a rotation of 3, as you guys know. I got this one. I got my other Dodger one here. You guys saw me in my blue one the other night. I'm going to up my Dodger hat game. I'm going to have a Dodger hat game in every color. By the way, what's the deal? They wear the upside-down logos these days. You seen that before?
Yes,
What's
I
that all
have.
about? I think it's kind of.
I don't know. Maybe it's because so many kids are being born
Yeah.
dyslexic. I don't know.
Maybe they sell those hats at the same place where you get them.
Maybe you know what? We went up to a couple of kids once, and all the kids had their hats like this, and I went up to them like this. I says, "Where'd you guys get the hats where the peaks, where the visors go this way?" All I could find are the stores that have the piece going this way. And the kid said, "I don't know. My mom bought it for me." So that's the future of our country. Having said that, guys, it's amazing. The more hair I lost over the years, the more hats I own. It just worked out like that. But I'm pretty bad with sneakers and hats. As far as I tell you, if I get a scuff on a sneaker, it becomes a sneaker and I don't care if I pay $300 for the shoes, it becomes a gardening sneaker. I'm pretty bad. I clean my hats constantly. I keep them clean. I don't run them through the washing machine. They'll lose their shape. I get a white cloth, a little warm water, and a little bit of dish detergent, and I'll go warm, and I'll just rub. I keep them spotlessly clean, especially the white ones. If I get a spot on it, I will not wear it. I will literally then it will become a hat I wear by the pool where I'm always soaked in beer, chlorine, and Hawaiian Tropic suntan lotion. Having said that, we've got a couple of other things here.
Oh, someone else had another question.
Yes,
for
Dan.
too.
Dan, there's another question.
We
want you to do
dog.
a Dan's dog pick of the week. And by the way, we don't care at all if Thor barks. He can bark, yelp. I don't care if he licks his privates on air. It doesn't bother me.
Because he said, Joey B said, we need a
we
Dan's
want
dog
a Dan's
pick of the week. His dog on the couch with him is so cool.
Yes, we want a Dan's dog of the week for you every week, Dan. Dan, you're muted. You're muted. There you go.
Sorry, I was muting it because the dog was going nuts.
It's okay. Listen.
Yeah,
apples,
maybe for
Dan,
you, not for me.
Dan,
No,
apples don't fall far from the tree. So
Right.
if your dogs are nuts, it's because you're nuts.
but that kind of ties into two things we've talked about today. One is like
There we go.
one is like the number you play, and yeah, I'll go as high as like 160, 170. I might not bet as much, but I always look at it. Scared money doesn't make money, so I kind of play a lot of bigger money lines, and also, to be honest, I've got two dogs today in my first three plays in baseball, but I usually don't play a lot of dogs. I usually play just small money lines. But maybe I will. Maybe since I'm on 4 days a week, I'll pick out one day and find a dog.
We'll do a dog of the week. We'll feature our dogs. Dan has Thor there. Wes, who do you have with you right now?
This is Riley. Riley's 11 years old. She's a girl, Riley, by the way.
Hi, Riley.
Hi, Riley.
Dion is holding Pie Gow. I have Keno. All our dogs are named after gambling.
Except
Pie Gow doesn't have teeth, so
her
her tongue hangs
all
out
the time.
constantly. So if we ever need envelopes licked, we bring them to Pie Gow. Guys, just to let you know, as you know, a few weeks ago, it's still going tough. Watch the water, babe.
Yeah.
We had Dice cross the Rainbow Bridge, but all of our dogs have been named after gambling. We've had Parlay, Teaser, Jackpot, Dice, Pie Gow, and Keno, and we love our dogs more than anything. I want you to know these are our family and our children. I will even say that to my son, who I'm very proud of. He's a United States Marine. But Joey, I love you with all my heart, but these are your brothers and sisters. I want you to know that.
Yeah.
Having said all that, I'm going to put Keno down for a second. Go ahead, sweetheart.
Yep,
I'm going to put her down. Wes gets heated when you call Riley him. Okay, thank you. Okay, now I know if I ever make a mistake, it's an honest mistake. I would never offend your dog or you about your dog.
I have another buddy back in California, and he's an older guy, and I've told him 100 times it's a girl, and he still always says he.
My father does that. The only dog he called a she was our boy dog, and he calls the rest of them boys. I don't know why, but it's maybe I don't know. But she wants up. I want you to know that dogs are welcome on the show. They can yelp, they can bark, they can do whatever they want. The older I get, the less I want to be around two-legged creatures, the more I want to be around four-legged ones. That is the truth. Dogs have a love, a loyalty, and the friendship, a companionship that, listen, I get that from Dion. We bust each other's balls all day long, but I get that from Dion and very few others ever on this planet, including blood relatives. I have blood relatives I could do without. I can't do without my dogs. Having said that, we're going to run down today's free plays, and then Dion's going to tell you about the discounts. We're going to get on out of here. Dion,
Yes.
what you got? Let's run down the free plays first. Dan, what you have for everybody?
Cooper Flag over 32.5 or 33 plus total points, rebounds, and assists.
The first lady?
I am going with the Tampa Bay Rays plus 115.
Wes?
Angels minus 105 over the Guardians.
And your sexy and savory hostess, take the Padres plus 150. It's a steal. I like it. Dion's going to give you a couple of discounts, and then we're going to get on out of here.
Yeah, so everyone, please subscribe. Don't
This
forget
was a
to
fun
hit
show.
that like button and ring that bell. And don't forget about all of our specials that we have going on right now over at SportsMemo. And follow SportsMemo and Wager Talk on their Twitter pages, and also your favorite cappers here on the First Family Show. We do have the 3 specials going on right now. We have all the cappers that are on the First Family Show all week. You can get a 7-day pass for just $49. All you have to do is use code DAY7 upon checkout. You can use that as many times as you like for as many cappers that are on the First Family Show.
Now, I don't know if this ends today or it ends on Sunday, but I want you to know, take advantage of it. It goes through Sunday. Monday, we'll have a new discount for you. We are not here on the weekends. All right, but we will be back on Monday detailing with the other cappers.
Yeah, we also have Meet the New Cappers, where you can get VCP, Abby, CBI, Sean, or Tom for $34.99 for the week. That comes out to less than just $5 a day. All you have to do is go to the Cappers page, scroll down to that deal, and pick that up. $34.99 for the week. And Joey, I believe you also have a special going on?
Baby, everything about me is special. Okay?
Yeah, you are special.
Yes, yeah. It's a little butt special. Number 1 capper last 30 days, college basketball. A top overall capper, all sports last 30 days. I got a discount MLB season, just $3.99. You also will receive the rest of my college basketball. This should be the Final Four, and then the title game, along with every single winning NBA release I put out throughout the entire season, straight through the finals. $3.99. This will pay for itself no matter what you bet. If you're big better, this will pay for itself in a day or two. If you do bet small, lower money, I don't want to say small money. If you do not bet big denominations, this will pay for itself in a few weeks. And you got me straight through October, guys. Guys, I'm going to tell you, 2 things. Number 1, bring a hearing aid, because I'm going to blow your eardrums out. And number 2, bring a broom, because I'm going to sweep a lot. I do sweep the boards a lot. Okay. What else, babe?
Yeah, so also make sure you turn into the First Family Shows for a ton of free winners, some great betting insights, and a few laughs too. And on behalf of Dan, Wes, and us, this is the First Family. So
it was a fun show today. Thanks to everybody out there. Good luck and have a winning day.